Well, folks, I just want to make a video to talk about diseases, plant diseases, and what you're looking at here is a Illinois everbearing mulberry, and for some reason this year we have these deformed leaves that are growing out in this quite a lot. Now, I had this on my Pakistani mulberry last year. It has seemed to have grown out of it now, but it's affected my Illinois everbearing. Now, this is the first year this has appeared on my Illinois everbearing. Previous to this, I had it outside in my back garden at home, and at the moment we're up in my polytunnel on the allotment, and it seems to have struck here. Some of the worst cases of this, you can see here, the leaves are actually just turning black and falling off and dying back, so that's not good. There are some stems that look healthy, which is great, but yeah, I have absolutely no idea what this is. Could be some fungal or bacterial thing. So I'm hoping it doesn't affect the tree too badly, but it's there nonetheless. I might have to go onto Facebook to get an answer to find out what this is. But my mulberry trees are not the only ones affected by diseases. Here is a Chilean guava that has croaked it, basically. Now, I talked about this before. As you can see here, the leaves are basically crisp and dry. Stems are basically just brittle and dry, and they can just snap off. And it's not from underwatering, it's some form of disease. I had a collection of about 8 or 9 pineapple guavas, and they're all dead, and they're all dead from the same thing. I have no idea what this is. There's very little information on diseases for Chilean guavas out there, so yeah, I'm stumped. Similar thing with my pomegranates. Any of the pomegranates I've had here are either dead or are on their way to being dead. I tried getting answers off this off Facebook forums, and I didn't really come up with anything. And what's happened with this is that last year we had the new growth dying back, blackened leaves, similar to what was on the mulberry, and just then eventually we lost all its leaves, and now it just hasn't come out of dormancy. The stems here, as you can see, are just gone. They're brittle and just dried up, desiccated. Now, I know it's still early in the season, and you might say, okay, give it a bit more time, might come out of dormancy. I have other pomegranates at home on my polytunnel, and they're fully alive and kicking. Pomegranates are one of the earliest plants to wake up for me. In fact, this particular plant used to wake up the first before any other plants that I've had. But yeah, it hasn't this year, and I think it's done for. But not only that, I've also had a lot of trouble with my pineapple guavas. And here's one here that I purchased this year, and I talked about this already in a previous video, and it just doesn't seem to be getting any better. I have treated this with an organic fungicide that I got, which is supposed to treat leaf spot, which I think is what is wrong with this. But as you can see, all the leaves are just falling off. The branches themselves are not looking good. It looks like they're drying up, similar to the Chilean guavas. I'm hoping this will pull through. It's not likely. It's not putting out any new growth at all, so yeah, I'd be surprised if this makes it. I do have another pineapple guava, which is this one here, and that's looking a lot better. We have some nice green growth in it, no signs of leaf spot. However, it is dropping leaves, which is not a good sign, so we'll just have to wait and see with this one. There is another person on this allotment that has some pineapple guavas, and they've had a similar situation. They've had I don't know, 4 or 5 of them, and of them maybe one has survived, and all the leaves have dropped off their plants, and just the thing just croaked it. This is my fig tree here, which got severely damaged by the recent frosts, and yeah, as you can see, this growth is coming back now. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wrap this because we're getting a frost tonight. And then the figs as well, they're not immune either. This is my a brown turkey that I stuck in the ground. Here's a nice healthy limb of this, which is grown, and that's fine. But then you're looking at other limbs like this one here, and what's happening is it's putting out, leaves are coming out, but the leaves are very severely deformed, and then they just eventually drop off. And you can see that here with this node here. I've no idea what this is. It could be a severe form of FMV. It doesn't look like FMV, but I don't know. Here's another example. This is my improved Celeste. Nice, healthy, lush green growth on this stem, but this branch here, as you can see, just the leaves dropping off and not doing too well. So yeah, it seems this particular spot seems to have some sort of disease pervading the entire area. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the same thing that's affecting all the plants, or if it's different things for different plants. I've tried getting answers on Facebook, and I have been given answers as to what they could be for certain things. But then you can never really trust Facebook, because you don't know who's giving you the information. And most of the treatments that have been recommended to me have been chemical treatments, and any of the products that I've tried to find that have these chemical treatments are very hard to get, certainly in this country anyway. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit disheartening, especially when you put so much time and effort and money into this sort of stuff. But I suppose that's part and parcel of growing. Another problem that I have a lot of is, and it's not a disease, it's a pest, is vine weevils. This is my Malta Black that was just not coming out of dormancy this year, and as you can see here, it's toast. I pulled it up and there was a few grubs in the soil there. And yeah, that's one of those pests that every year I actually just lose a number of trees to them. Here's another example. This is Peter's honey, has not woken up at all. You can see the branch is starting to die back. I'm tempted to pull it out of the ground to see what's going on with the roots, possibly vine weevils. That's usually what happens with the vine weevils, that the tree just doesn't come out of dormancy, and then before it's well, once we're well into the season, I take out the roots, and sure enough you find grubs. This is another example. This is my sultane fig, and this is, you know, nice healthy stem there, but sure, nothing is happening yet, and there isn't even any signs of any buds, with the exception of possibly this one here. I'm tempted to pull this one up, but I'm just going to give it maybe another few weeks and see. I have treated all of these trees with actually, here's another example. Nothing growing on this. This is Chucret. I have treated all of these trees with nematodes, which are supposed to help with killing vine weevils, but sure, they haven't worked completely. But there you go. I should do a polytunnel update just to show what else I'm going on, but that's where we're at the moment. If there are any horticultural experts out there, or anybody with any idea of what sort of diseases these are and what I could do, please leave a comment. I would love to know. Thanks.